the previous videos, we mentioned about the assessment for the postgraduate studies. There are two typical assessments. The first one, it will be the thesis proposal and proposal defense. And the second one, there will be thesis and viva. We discussed about the thesis proposal and proposal defense in our previous video, where in your research proposal, you need to clearly indicate your plan of actions, theoretical positioning, as well as the relationship of your investigations to the password in your research area. It was mentioned that the thesis proposal is not only meant for the evaluations of your supervisor and examiner, it also serves as a guide for you to carry out your entire research study. Your examiner will evaluate you based on the plan that you have worked out, to observe any limitations, to advise you areas of improvements, and to decide whether you should proceed with the research plan. We also mentioned about the proposal defense, which you need to get yourself well prepared, ensure the message is effectively delivered, and demonstrate your mastery and well preparedness on the topic. In these videos, we're going to proceed with our discussions on the assessments for the thesis proposal and proposal defense. First, let us look at the possible outcome of the proposal defense. There are two possible outcomes, whether your proposal is rejected or being accepted. When your proposal is being rejected, that means you failed your proposal defense. You did not acquire sufficient score for you to pass it. Most likely there are some critical flaws in your design, or your entire research design is not workable, which will give you two possible outcomes. Either you need to prepare a new proposal or redo the presentations, or to terminate you from the candidature. This will be recommended by the examiners after them gone through your thesis proposal as well as the proposal defense. It is very subjected to the quality of your proposal as well as the mastery that you have demonstrated during the proposal defense. If the examiner deems that you do not fit for the postgraduate study, they have the right to recommend the terminations of your postgraduate studies. If they feel that you have chance to rectify those, then you are given the second chance to prepare a new proposal and redo the presentations. Unless you are not doing anything for your postgraduate study, or you totally cannot find the heads and tail, you are so stubborn, not wanting to listen to your supervisor, you have no ideas about what is research, your proposal defense being rejected, it will be quite rare, not to mention terminations of your candidature. It is still possible to be terminated. Next, another outcome, it will be accepted. The best outcome that you would like to have is acceptance without any amendment. It means that you are nearly perfect in terms of your proposal. Very minor things require revisions, or there is nothing for them to advise for further improvements. There are two possible outcomes. Either recommend for PhD if you are doing the masters, or to proceed with the research work. If you are doing for masters, for the examiner to recommend you to proceed with PhD, that means your thesis proposal has reached to the quality of PhD degree, as well as the research design has been designed in accordance to the levels and standards of the PhD degree. This outcome is quite rare. In fact, having the entire proposal being accepted without any amendment is also quite rare. There will always be some comments to you, but if you really score well, it is possible for you to reach to that level. There is a significant difference between with and without the amendment. If the conditions is without any amendment, That means you are considered passing your proposal defense and you don't have to do any resubmissions or revisions. You may just proceed with your research work. Another outcome of the acceptance, it will be with amendment. It depends whether the amendments is going to be minor or the major. For major amendment, you need to resubmit the proposal and redo the presentations. If you look at the respective score here, you are merely pass. There is a reasonable risk if you stick with the original proposal to carry out your research, you might not be able to acquire your postgraduate degree. The examiner would like to see some improvement to increase your chances of acquiring the postgraduate degree. Next, if you encounter minor amendment, there are two possibilities, which is either to proceed with the research work or you need to resubmit the proposal for verifications. I guess these two will be the most common conditions that you're going to encounter for a typical postgraduate students. There will be some comments to you which you might need to improve, but you don't have to resubmit to the examiner. You just keep this in mind, make known to your supervisor, discuss with him whether to incorporate those advices. Or there are some critical criteria that the examiner would like to check, which those critical criteria may pose some critical concern in your thesis later. Then they will request for resubmissions of the proposal without requiring the presentations for the purpose of the verifications. These are the relevant score leading to different outcomes of your proposal defense. Of course, this is subjected to the policy of different university. Different university may address it differently. The one here is an example to you for you to have some ideas about what you're going to get in your proposal defense.